Hello, my soul family, and welcome to a brand new week of the Spiritual Counseling TV Network's Spiritual Guidance Series. My name is Christy Ramirez. I'm your soul coach, spiritual influencer, and motivational speaker. And today we are here to receive guidance for this week of June 3rd to the 9th of 2024. This is the official first week of June, a brand new month, a brand new energy, and I feel like we've been doing a lot of clearing out of whether that be energy, maybe clutter in your life, any emotional, perhaps turmoil or anything that has been bothering you, and we have released it so that we can start this new month clear and fresh and ready to continue with our projects. I think that is so important to remind ourselves how much little time we have left of this year. Literally, we are at the midpoint of 2024, and this is the moment to really kind of recharge those batteries or change those batteries and continue to get with the rhythm, with the flow of your life, with what you are needing to do for your purpose, and set course, set plans, and just execute. I think that that is really the main guidance for this week. And again, welcome to our weekly coffee talk. This is where we sit down for at least like 30 minutes and receive some counseling from heaven to really help us to enter this week always high vibrational. That is the main purpose behind this series, is to keep us high vibrational. Every time that I show up here and we receive guidance from heaven, we are activating and also accessing the highest vibrational energy and frequency possible. So we are connecting to angels here, and they are lending us a little bit of that love and light that we can use in our everyday life so that we really may show up as our best self and always do all things with love and grace. I know it's been difficult if you've been on this journey and you have been trying to, practice a lot of self-love and compassion towards self, and then putting all that love as well into all that you're needing to do. But it almost seems like the better you get at doing something, then you're given something else to do, right? And that's the frustrating part. I feel that a lot of us collectively have been feeling, at least like for me, when things show up in my life, it's usually because it's a collective energy. But it's like, we get good at something. Maybe we have been, getting comfortable with the chores that we need to do, and then suddenly we're given guidance to do more, and then it's like we're finished and you're almost like ready to relax, and you're like, we have to do more, and there's more to this kind of like routine, and so it almost seems like it's never ending. But don't take it negatively, because it's only for positive reasons, and it's only for clearing out energy better. And I feel that once you are able to just do what you're being called to do, you feel even much better than you would have if you would have not listened to guidance, right? That's a lot of what a lot of people fall trapped to. A lot of people fall victim to rebellion when they don't want to do something that they know intuitively they're being guided to do, but then they brush it off as they don't have to do it, right? It's like ignoring divine guidance, and that also is not something that is rewarded in heaven. It's not really appreciated, and it's not applauded. So it's always about just listening to guidance, following through, whether or not you understand it in the moment as well. That's actually one of the main principles of A Course in Miracles. When you are given guidance, or when you're learning about miracles, about this transformation that happens with that series, so definitely check it out at my School of Light. We are reading that book in my spiritual book club, the full teachings, and then also the 365-day lessons at the end of the course. I am actually sharing it for free here on my YouTube channel on a weekly basis. We're doing a little get together, a little book club gathering at my garden lounge, and we are going over the lessons with a little bit of espresso to just kind of really go deep into these thoughts, because it is really a lot to think about, and it is very philosophical. So I think it's a beautiful course. Those series are so beautiful as well, so make sure you check it out. But remember that it is a complement to the teaching, so make sure that you do check out the foundation of the book, which is available exclusive at my School of Light. It's a full 90-minute class for each chapter, and there's 31 chapters. And I actually will be reteaching that course this year as well, and we will be completed by the end of this year. But the one from last year is uploaded, so definitely check it out. Okay, and there's other years as well. I've taught that course like 3 to 4 times, so it's definitely been a journey. But back to our coffee talk, I think that definitely just being present with the moment is going to really help us to do all that we need to do. And we just need to remember that the best is always yet to come. There's always something better that shows up the next day. And even though we have so much to be grateful for, it's not about, again, also being comfortable. I think that that's been one of the main lessons with like that little example that I just gave you, right? It can almost seem frustrating that you're just never ending. There's always something to do. But the positive side to that is that there's always something to do, because guess what? There's always something better to build. There's something better coming. And there's something better in the future that needs to be built. So the work needs to be put in. Again, nothing is free in life, right? So for example, you know, I have projects that I still have to do with my little dream home, right? There's always something to do. And actually, you know, I have one of the hardest jobs to do now these coming weeks, which is painting. Every year there's always like a painting project that I have to do, but this year's project is quite a lot of things that I need to paint, because I really want to transform my outdoor scenery and just make it more aesthetic. So everything needs to be painted white, and so that's a little project of mine, so that hopefully before summer that can be completed, because I also want to be able to, you know, do content there and do other extra fun things. So again, everything that we've been blessed with, and maybe we've been given visions as to create, like maybe artistic divine inspirations, again, it still needs to be built, and we need to put in the hard work and the labor, and then that's how we enjoy those fruits of those labors. Like it was the last week's theme, right? Learning how to enjoy the fruits of our labor. And I think that this weekend, at least for me, it was a huge enjoying of fruits of my labor, and it almost felt uncomfortable because I felt like I should have been doing more. But you know, God just wanted me to relax and just to enjoy the actual weekend. And there's just been like a lot of changes in my personal life and then in my business life, so it's been like balancing and trying to find that perfect spot. And it is better when you follow how it's supposed to be, right? Divinely guided. Because if you try to do things your way and you try to force a situation that's not meant to be in the moment, like maybe you want to do something that you shouldn't be doing that day, like let's say taking work with you on the weekends home, like especially if you have a family or people that you love that you need to hang out with, then that wouldn't be prudent. That wouldn't be smart and wise, because that is just not gonna not only be to its fullest potential, but you're missing out on other beautiful memories and experiences that you could be having, right? So I think that it's about definitely finding that balance in life. That's just a continuous lesson that's showing up for us. And then just taking it one moment at a time, taking it one day at a time, and just having faith that what's meant to be will be. So whatever it is that's in your mind that you want to do and create, if it's meant to be, it will be. And if it's not meant to be, it's probably because there's a better option. So just surrender and just go with the flow. So it's a beautiful morning as we are sitting here today on this beautiful Monday morning. It is the start of a beautiful new day, a new week. And I think that we have the power to decide how we are going to spend this week, how we are going to make the most of it, stay productive, and do as much as we can while again still having that balance. But Monday through Thursday is definitely a work week, right? It's how much work we can get done so that we can enjoy our weekend. So again, try to put a little pressure on yourself while not becoming too stressed out, and knowing how to cope with healthy stress and be able to get things done gracefully and in love, in peace above all. And the key word is mindfully. Doing things mindfully is really going to help you to stay present with what you're doing. And it's not about distracting yourself while you're doing things that you need to do. Like, for example, like if you perhaps need to get some things done, whether that be like boring stuff like maybe paperwork or maybe cleaning, and maybe you just kind of like to zone out by putting on music or like podcasts. Like, I'm not telling you that's a bad thing, but definitely don't make it an everyday thing, because you also want to be mindful with yourself. You know, this weekend, since, you know, I do most of my cleaning of my house like on the end of the weekend, right? So that by Sunday at least I don't have much cleaning to do. Like, it's just like basic kitchen stuff, but nothing too much. Like, the basic things are done like prior, so that it doesn't stress me out as I'm kind of unwinding from the other week to kind of restart the new week. And so this weekend in particular, because I've been given like more things to do, I actually didn't even want to listen to too much music, which I always have like some kind of music in the background. And then I actually was spending a lot of time in silence, and it was a little bit weird because I was like, I feel like I want to put some music, although there were moments that I did, but most of the time I actually was in pure silence, and it was just helping me to just get through the moment, get things done as perfect as possible, and just kind of de-stress in the way as well. So like using that moment to just even meditate and just get in touch with spirit. And it was just quite like a journey in a way as well. So it was just like a lot of just peaceful moments with spirit this weekend for me. And I've had those moments before, but it's not like every weekend. Like, usually I just kind of like to make it a little bit more fun by whether I listen to a podcast or just kind of listen to good music that's just like with no words, like just kind of serene, like coffee shop music. But I think that we can use some of that in our life. And also, you know, trying to get as much, again, enjoyment out of the things that we own, the things that we have. That was always something that I had to kind of force myself sometimes. Even, you know, sometimes we're feeling tired, and that kind of happened to me at the weekend when I was so tired already from not only the week of work, but from all the cleaning that had to get done. And it was like, how am I now supposed to have the energy to also now just kind of enjoy life? And somehow I was just really guided to just step outside my comfort zone, get outside in nature. And then once I was there, it just felt so good. It felt like it was like the right thing to do. And definitely I can see why it's kind of part of my routine. I have made it a part of my routine, like these little dates with myself. Make it a part of your schedule, make it a part of your life. Write it down so that it's there, and you don't not only forget about it but not show up for it, right? And it's important to show up for yourself, because I know that a lot of you also have things on your plate, like maybe you're mothers or fathers and you have to take care of families, and you know, maybe you have pets as well, which is also a responsibility. And then maybe you just have a lot on your plate when it comes to work and all of this. It's important to still remember ourselves, our self-care, our well-being and mental stability, by knowing how to take care of ourselves, knowing how to nourish what it is that we need. And it's about knowing what you need, kind of getting in tune with yourself, because a lot of times people, when they're in that spot of like feeling uncomfortable or frustrated or down even, it's because they don't even know what they need. And I've been there myself as well, so I can tell you that don't get yourself in that place. By having like a schedule that fits in things that you love to do, things that you know that is gonna get you back into a high vibration, like little self-care activities. It doesn't always have to be like the same thing. Like, as simple as for me, it was like having a sunbathing session and just getting out in the sun, getting some sun, soaking in the sun. That for me, if I do it once a week, which is kind of a new thing for me this year, and because it's been years, it's like I really kind of got myself out to get some sun. And don't ask me why, but it's been like a this year thing, and it's made all the difference in my mood. It's made all the difference in just me feeling happier, like throughout the day. It's because we need those vitamins from the sun. but also just a great moment to just get out in fresh air, read a good book, or just enjoy, watch the sky. And it's just like a beautiful moment. And so for me, putting that into my schedule and knowing when it's gonna fit in the schedule, right? Like for me, I just like put it in first thing in the morning, even before breakfast, because I know that if I do it after, not only is the sun gonna go away, but I'm just not gonna be in the mood anymore, perhaps later. So just kind of know yourself, get to know yourself and know what it is that you need, and then fit it in accordingly, so that you don't miss out not only on those just little moments that can be the best, perhaps highlight of your day, and knowing how to maintain this high vibration. I think that that's going to be also now one of our biggest challenges this week, is that we receive the guidance on a daily basis in our daily morning spiritual guidance videos on how to keep that, on how to raise our vibration, right? But what happens when you raise your vibration? You can either maintain it, or it can dip low and then you can fall back down, right? And then that's then another endeavor to kind of raise that vibration up again. So you need to know how to maintain it, how to continue with your self-care practices, so that every day you're just living your life the best that you can, living your best life, right? And I think that that's just a beautiful motto for this week. How can you live your best life and just know what it is that you need to do to feel that you're living your best life? Because again, it doesn't have to be the same best life as someone else. That's another thing, right? It's all subjective. What is it, your version of your best life? And nobody has to know about this as well. It could just be your own little thing, your own little kind of rituals that you do for yourself. And it can just be your own private best life, right? It doesn't have to be that you have to be rich and famous or your friends have to know about it. It's just about you. I think that this is a great week to really center on yourself, what's going to make you happy, and again, how you can live your dream life. Alright, my soul family, so I hope that this guidance for you really helped you and really is going to keep you in that high vibration. Just remember to just always put a smile on your face and see the positive things in life. Know and remember that there's always something to be grateful for. If you ever catch yourself kind of not feeling in the mood to do something, and maybe you're also feeling kind of stubborn with just staying where you're at, which might maybe not be the best for you in that moment, or maybe wanting to just do the same thing that you're always doing when you know you can be doing something different and fun, remind yourself that there's so much to experience in this life, and just don't miss out, and really put yourself out there in whatever way that means for you personally. There's so much to live in this life, there's so much to be grateful for, and there's so much to be happy about. I think that that is also something that we really need to center ourselves in. So I hope you have a beautiful week, and make sure that you do watch your daily morning spiritual guidance every morning to raise your vibrations. Have an amazing and beautiful, beautiful week. I'll see you in the next one. Namaste.